Bine v-am găsit, dragi prieteni, la o nouă ediție Oameni cu Viziune la Radio Nova Mix. Astăzi o ediție specială, am alături de mine pe domnul profesor Livio Spinelli, director Marconi Science Park, Roma, Italia. Pregătim un apel telefonic în direct cu prințesa Elettra Marconi, fata inventatorului Radioului Guglielmo Marconi. Așa că rămâneți alături de noi în continuare. În câteva minute intrăm în direct cu prințesa Elettra Marconi. To speak on the microphone, you.
Viziune la Radio Nova Mix cu Iulian Bogdan.
Oameni cu Viziune, Radio Nova Mix. Așteptăm puțin până răspunde și prințesa Elettra Marconi, fata celebrului inventator Guglielmo Marconi, Roma, Italia. Nu uitați, dragi prieteni, vineri va avea loc o conferință la Universitatea din Craiova, Incesa, despre inventatorul radioului, Marconi, și despre istoria radioamatorismului în Craiova, pentru că anul acesta se împlinesc 100 de ani de la prima asociație de radioamatori din Craiova și din țară, denumită pe vremea aceea Radio Craiova.
La Radio Nova Mix cu Iulian Bogdan.
Principessa, noi siamo pronti se lei è...
Good morning, Princess Elettra. Good morning, Princess Elettra. I'm Iulian Bogdan, the director of Radio Nova Mix. We will celebrate your father, Guglielmo Marconi, the inventor of the radio, during the UNESCO World Radio Day this Friday at the University of the Craiova. Can you hear us? Princess Elettra? Hello?
Yes, hello.
Hello, can you hear us now? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello, thank you very much for being with us here in Radio Nova Mix in Craiova. Can you tell us about your father and his wonderful work about the radio invention, please?
Yes, it's a pleasure for me to speak with you, to say what a wonderful father he was. He was very sweet, very tender, and he was speaking with me on board the yacht Elettra. It was our home, and we were staying for many months sailing. And my father, Guglielmo Marconi, was making also his experiments. They were very important, and he was telling me about his ideas, and he wanted to develop them. He changed from the long waves, electric waves, to the short waves. And I remember all his also experiments, sailing, the blind navigation that's developed in a radar, yes, to see through the fog to avoid accidents, and the people were drowning. And he was always telling me that he was working for the benefit of people, to save people's lives, and not for the destruction. And this is why they were all asking him help. And he was encouraging, he was positive, he was optimistic. And I had a wonderful time with my father, also with the parabolic antenna. That was the beginning of his activity with the satellites, and also the flights astronaut made to the moon. And I met after with my mother the American embassy, Captain Armstrong, Neil Armstrong, and he said to my mother, if it wasn't for your husband or Marconi, I would have never gone to the moon.
Nice.
I remember every word, yes. So,
very good memories, Princess Elettra.
yes, very clearly. I always speak about it, about my father, about his words, about his encouraging the young ones. He preferred to speak with all the boys, the girls that were curious to know, and asking him questions. He wanted to be more than an enthusiastic, because there's so much enthusiasm, and he wanted them to develop.
Yes.
Yes.
What do you remember about the Vatican radio that your father made for Pope Pius XI?
Well, the Vatican radio, I grew up, I was 3 and I was 4 years old. And my father was always speaking about the Holy Father, about the Pope, about his friend that was Pius XI. It was very close to him. He wanted to know the development of my father, of his invention, and he was always in touch. He wanted my father to pay him visits, to tell him all the details. And my father was always speaking about the Pope. And
yes, we know.
Went also private visits. And my mother, too, was present. And I was a very lively little girl. And she was afraid I would damage something. the holiness.
We know from Professor Spinelli.
He wanted me to be present. The Pope was little Elettra. I can speak of my father and the Pope speaking together and smiling at me. Yes.
We know
Wonderful.
that your father trusted God, and he said God inspired his invention for the good of the humanity. Can you tell us about his faith in God?
But yes, he wanted to explain to all the world that his inventions were only to save the lives of people's lives, and to benefit humanity, and to give also the peace, to be sure that one could be rescued and saved, and not to worry people to work in peace, and also the happiness.
Yes.
That when one is safe, to feel very sure. And my father was always explaining this to the people. Yes, have confidence in his invention. He was doing everything for them. He was always thinking of the people, and he had a great faith in God. He was always saying that the world was a God power, and the perfection
Yes.
was God's will, yes. And I thank my father, and I have been always going when they invited me in all different countries of the world, especially English-speaking countries.
Nice.
Uh,
So, Princess, during the UNESCO World Radio Day, that will be next Friday on the 13th of February,
yes.
here...
A wonderful day, yes. Very exciting for me.
Yes, very exciting for...
Wishing you with all my heart all the best. Have a great success, and tell everybody how much my father loved people, and how much I love people too.
For sure.
I want everybody to be happy. Yes.
Yes, we will translate that message to the participants over there. The listeners, our friends from Romania have listened you. Thank you very much for the nice interview. For the final, do you have a message for the radio amateur in the radio club here in Craiova?
Of course, for the Romanian amateur club, radio, that I thank them and be close to them with all my heart, and I'm wishing them all the best, and I will think and remember them, the wonderful honor that you gave to my father.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We thank you very much, Princess Elettra, for having this nice interview. We wish you very to be very healthy in the next years, to hear again on this radio waves.
With great pleasure.
Have a nice day over there. Thank you very much for the nice interview.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Pronto, principessa?
Now we will go live. So, dear friends, we continue the interview
Video
with
or only
video.
Allora.
We continue the interview with Mr. Professor Livio Spinelli from
Santa Marinella,
Santa Marinella,
the Science Park,
Guglielmo Science Park.
Marconi, Santa Marinella, Rome, Italy.
So, Professor Spinelli, welcome back to Craiova, welcome back to Romania, welcome back to Radio Nova Mix. Very nice to see you in this first show of this year with you here. Thank you for arranging this interview with Princess Elettra Marconi. You promised us from last year that you will do it, so right now we done it, this interview. I think we are the only radio station in Romania that had interview with Guglielmo Marconi's daughter.
Yes. My pleasure, Julian. Thank you. I'm very happy for the second meeting in Romania about Guglielmo Marconi and the radio. I want to thank all the friends in Craiova, above all Professor Manolea, who is the organizer of this second conference, and then Parinte Mircea and Parinte Marius Resceanu, and of course my best friend, engineer Ion Garnizza of Soft Trans and Softronic, because he is my good friend and my patron. He's only my patron. And this year I have a special message of Princess Elettra that we will show during the conference. I took with me the last book about Guglielmo Marconi.
Show it to the camera, please.
Yes, this is published in Italian and English. The title is My Daddy Invented the Radio, and this is the only book with the preface signed of Princess Elettra Marconi. And of course, I wish that there will be a publisher in Romania to translate this book also in Romanian language. This is a book for juniors and university students, and during the conference there will be several important persons to participate this year. My proposal will be that the Radio Amateur Club of Craiova, that celebrated 100 years, could get the name Radio Club Craiova Guglielmo Marconi. This is
Nice.
my proposal.
Nice proposal, yes.
As well, I would like to ask the university to give the title to a room in the university to Guglielmo Marconi, as I saw this in many universities from China to the United States. The most important university have a special hall dedicated to Guglielmo Marconi, and of course I hope to see everybody again in next year for the third Marconi conference.
Yes, nice. Tell me, Professor Spinelli, what are going to be your speech over there in the conference Friday?
Well, my speech were based about the experiments of Guglielmo Marconi about microwaves. He built up a huge laboratory and factories in my town near Rome, and he was the first in the world to use microwaves for mobile phones rather than TVs. The first mobile phone was made by Marconi for the Pope Pius XI, because in Rome, there was inside Rome there is the Vatican town. It's an independent state, but in 1929 the Vatican state didn't have a good relation with the Italian government, and if the Pope or somebody from the Vatican town would like to make telephone calls, the telephone calls had to go from the Vatican town to the Italian telephone net, and this was not good for the privacy of the communication. Mm-hmm. For this reason, Marconi realized for the popes and the Vatican town the first wireless microwave wireless telephone, and on that time it was impossible to intercept the telephone calls for the Vatican, and this was very, very useful for the Pope, of course. In 1935, Marconi, in this factory, inaugurated the first radar station, and after the first demonstration, the British government, not the Italian government, was very interested to this radar station of Marconi. In April, after Marconi inaugurated his first radar station in my town, that was in April. In autumn, in November, the British government ordered to the Marconi Company of London 5 radio stations to test them. They installed this radar station along the River Thames. When they realized the radar station was functioning and was very effective, they ordered the Marconi company other 20 radar stations. Before the Second World War, all the south of the British island was protected by a radar chain that was called Chain Home, and thanks to the Marconi radar, the British could stop the invasion by the Nazis.
Nice, very interesting story about what happened over there. Regarding the Marconi inventions, and because during the UNESCO World Radio Day this Friday, we will celebrate also 100 years of the Radio Amateur Club here in Craiova. We heard a couple of minutes ago Princess Elettra Marconi. She told us a message for ham radio clubs ham radio amateurs in Craiova in Romania. What is your message for them?
My message is that it's wonderful that in Romania, in Craiova, there is the oldest radio club of Romania. I'm sure this is the oldest radio club of Romania. The president, Marian Trincu, made an excellent work, and I know I often go with Princess Elettra to conferences, but Princess Elettra always says, my best friends are the radio amateurs. They really love my father. I trust them the most.
Yes, that's a very nice message for you and from Princess Elettra. We are getting close to the end of this interview, Mr. Spinelli, and for the final, tell me when you will go back to Romania, Craiova, and what are your plan over there for this year on Marconi Science Park, Santa Marinella?
Well, when I come again to Craiova, I would like to have some meetings with several university departments, because Marconi is famous among engineers for the radio, but Marconi is not only important for the engineers, but it is important for the communication, newspapers and TV, because he was also the father of the BBC radio and BBC TV. Therefore, I hope not only to have meetings about engineers and electronics, but also departments of media, communication, newspapers. I have in my archive a lot of important documents that I got from the Marconi company in London that nobody have seen very often, and I could show all these documents. I can arrange an exhibition at the university. I have 25 panels in Italian and English among all the inventions of Marconi and the birth of all the electronics factory, from the first electronic factory of Marconi in London. All the electronic factories in the world came from that first factory.
Nice.
And then in the Marconi Science Park in my town, I have to solve a problem because the Marconi Science Park and the Radio Museum is inside the area of the Italian Air Force. And the Italian Air Force have to pass the property of the park and of the museum to the town of Santa Marinella. To make this, there is some bureaucracy problems because the town of Santa Marinella has got the money to pay the Italian Air Force, but they can't make the payment because if the bank says you can't show at the moment that you are the property of the area, and the Italian Air Force says if you don't show me that you have the money, we don't give you the area. This is an impasse that I'm trying to solve.
Yes, I wish you good luck in resolving this problem this year. I also want to thank you about regarding our subscription to World Radio Day UNESCO. We are the second radio in Romania and the first in Craiova that appear on the UNESCO World Radio map. The first one is Radio Romania from the national radio, and the second one is Radio Nova Mix. So thank you very much for giving us the idea and inspiring us to apply over there. We will see Friday on our conference. We will watch the UNESCO World Radio map, UNESCO World Radio website to see the news about World Radio Day. We will celebrate World Radio Day
Yes.
because
Yes.
Friday it's International
Radio Day UNESCO, and thank you, Julian. It's always a pleasure to come to your radio and talk with you. The Radio Nova Mix is now one of my best radios. I try to share your programs everywhere I go. And a big hello to all the fans and listeners of your radio. It's a fantastic radio. Thank you.
Thank you. Also, big hello from our side also to the listeners and viewers from Romania, from Italy, from all over the world. We have our best regards over there when you listening us or you see us here on live live Facebook also on YouTube.
Last but not least, I want to say that Craiova and Romania te iubesc. Romania for me is like a second motherland. It's like my second mother, Romania now.
That's nice. That's nice. We are happy to hear it.
Thank you.
Dragi prieteni, vă mulțumim frumos pentru atenția acordată. Aceasta a fost ediția specială de astăzi, Oameni cu Viziune, 11 februarie 2026. Ne apropiem cu pași repezi de ziua de vineri, 13 februarie 2026, cum am spus și în emisiune, Ziua Mondială a Radioului. Suntem pe hartă. Intrați acolo pe World Radio Day UNESCO, pe site, și ne puteți vedea acolo. Puteți vedea ce se sărbătorește cu această ocazie a Zilei Internaționale sau Ziua Mondială, să zic așa, a Radioului, cum este denumită. Ne bucurăm să facem parte din marea familie UNESCO în acea zi specială de vineri. Vă așteptăm la conferință la Incesa, începând cu orele 15. Cei care sunteți în Craiova și prin împrejurimea Craiovei, să zic așa, sau poate veniți și de mai departe, dacă sunteți interesați, nicio problemă. Aveți toate datele pe live-ul de l-am făcut zilele trecute alături de profesorul Manolea și Radio Clubul din Craiova. Nu vă mai rețin, o zi frumoasă în continuare, las muzica să curgă pe Radio Nova Mix. Mulțumesc frumos pentru atenție, mulțumim prințesei Elettra, mulțumim domnului profesor Spinelli pentru atenția acordată și pentru mesajul transmis din Italia în direct la Radio Nova Mix. O zi frumoasă, audiție plăcută și aveți grijă de voi.